Alrighty, my darlings, this is Cup of Coffee Part 2, and we're going to talk about why certain ladies feel as though it is their right as a white woman to yell slurs at black children in public. There's a reason that they're coming out of the woodwork talking about this is our freedom. This is systemic R word against us, that we're not allowed to verbally abuse children in parks. We should be able to call black children whatever we want in public. This is a lust. There's a war against us because we can't call children slurs in public without someone judging us. You want to know why they're fighting so hard for that? We've already gone over this, but I'll repeat it, especially because it pisses them off to remember their history. Remember back in the people ownership days, those women were also practically property to their husbands. They had to watch their husbands shtup whatever they wanted, especially a lot of us. We didn't want it, but we didn't have any rights. We were property. So Ms. Nancy, out of her frustration, was legally allowed to take it out on us. Okay? She couldn't take anything back to her husband. She couldn't give him mouth. She couldn't tell him no. She couldn't tell him stop. She has no rights when it comes to him, and no rights as an individual person, but she could own us and she could mistreat us, especially the ones that were fathered by her husband. So it was perfectly legal for them to run through town calling children slurs, deleting them, or doing other things probably worse than deleting them, quite honestly, keeping them alive and just doing whatever they needed to do to get out their frustrations on people who look like me, and especially our children. They really like to go after our children. So flash forward a couple hundred years, and that is why they are now on Piers Morgan saying it's our right to call black children slurs, and telling us that we can't is a war against whiteness. Okay, that's why they believe that. I also love how they are just saying out loud that they just want the right to be awful. For years, they've been hiding it behind patriotism and it's our right because of our faith, and now they're just saying it. It's our right to be horrible people, and it's systemic word against us if you judge us for it. You understand how they created Ray-Rayness as an excuse to keep us as equipment, and now they're trying to appropriate that back and twist it inside out so that they're the victims of what they did. You understand? We can't even talk about what they did because it hurts their feelings. They appropriated woke to be about them. They took DEI and made it about them. They took CRT, which should have been a thing, and made it about them. And everyone else has more rights than us. It's a war against whites. It's a war against Christmas. These people that don't believe in pronouns, tell them Merry Christmas. Or I'm sorry, tell them Happy Holidays. Tell them Happy Holidays, and then let's talk about preference of greetings. Okay, these are ones. War on Christmas. My whole life I've been hearing about this bullshit war on Christmas because they want people to just say Merry Christmas. You understand? Everything they say is the opposite. You can't even say Merry Christmas without being persecuted. No, yes, you can. You can say it how much as you want. You're upset that when you go to Walmart, they say Happy Holidays because it's inclusive. You're mad at the inclusivity. You're mad that people are considering other people and not just you. You want to be the only person. You want all of your stuff to be the only things, your feelings, your holidays, your thoughts, your beliefs, your everything. And anything else is persecution against you. Anything else is making you a victim. We can't even talk about how they treated us. They get uncomfortable. Okay? Like I said, in Oklahoma, Tennessee, they are now teaching the children that there was fraud in 2020. And they're teaching it as fact. Okay, that's them. That's what they want the right to do. These are the rights they're fighting for. They need the right to call children slurs. They need the right to force everyone to only say Merry Christmas because that's freedom. Okay? I'm glad they're just admitting that that's what they're about now. But for the folks who keep going, I understand why people don't like us. I said this in the podcast too. They don't like us because of our faith. It's not because of your faith. We don't have a problem with Jesus. We got a problem with you. I feel like I might need to say this every day for a few days because I live in a town full of these people. That scene where Homelander's like, oh, my life is like being a slave, only worse. And you look at it, I live in a town full of those chuckle fucks. White dudes that are like, I can't believe I have to work to provide for my family. Why can't I own people who work for free that I can exploit? This is like being a slave. I'm a white slave because I have to work to support my own family. That's them. Okay? Those are the superior builders of civilization. They think they're slaves because they have to do their own labor. Okay? Okay, their own labor for their own profit. All right? So the rights that they're fighting for, people ownership, people ownership and being awful without anyone saying anything. And if you say something, that just means you hate them and their God. Just waiting for y'all to reel them on in, all right? If you're sick and tired of those ones yet. And anyone else sick and tired of those ones yet? I'm waiting for the rest of these people to get sick and tired of the ones that are dragging the rest of y'all down, okay? You need to contain that, all right? All right?